We're gonna give you 5 key exercises to improve your speed on the ice for hockey, and we're gonna start right now. Hockey players are gonna make a lot of contact, and we've gotta be explosive. That first key exercise is going to be a power clean. Okay, a lot of hockey players don't really like to do O-lifts. They don't like to do power snatches. They don't like to do power cleans. But remember, there's a lot of contact in the sport, and there's a lot of neural drive from the quads and the posterior chain. What better way to train those aspects than to hit a heavy power clean? Let's say you build up, you do 6 doubles, okay? Or even just do 6 singles at the same weight. So around 80 to 85% of my max. Okay, and then I have 4 or 5 more singles where I build up to a really heavy power clean. And what this is gonna do is it's gonna teach me to be twitchier. It's gonna teach me that drive from my quads. It's gonna teach me how to get into the fold and absorb that compression, just like I'll be doing when I'm out on the ice. So use the power clean not only to improve your overall speed and push that over 6 months, 8 months, 12 months, but also use that to increase your contact ability, and then that's gonna help you even when you're absorbing that blow. Okay, so that's a key concept. And remember, when we're out on the ice, what are we focusing on? The stroke from the drive on the ice is going to be different than if we were just running full speed with our mechanics, if we were comparing ourselves to someone like Noah Lyles or Usain Bolt. Okay, so we're gonna have to look at that and understand that there's a bit more work from the quads and from the glutes, and there's more of an outward stroke in comparison to typical locomotion. So that's how we have to understand the lens of speed for hockey. That's how we have to understand the movement mechanics. And then we have to think about that trunk position always in hip flexion. That's gonna play a major role with that forward lean and how our stroke is applied to the ice. Okay, so that's the lens that we're gonna be using when we're giving you these specific movements, but that first key movement is a power clean. Freaking do it. Next exercise coming up. Okay, so the next group of exercises is gonna be using a contrast method. So we're gonna do that absolute strength exercise, and then we're gonna pair that with an explosive movement. And in this case, we're gonna do a reflexive movement. So we're not gonna do a plyometric, which is gonna be that typical contrast. This is a GS contrast method. The GS contrast method is something when we're using an absolute strength exercise with a reflexive movement. Now, I'm gonna explain this, you're gonna see how it's done, I'm gonna give you the reps and the sets. Single leg squat's gonna be done first. Of course, we're gonna be using our single leg squat, stand, and pad. Every hockey gym should have these because it's absolutely phenomenal for training that trunk control and training the quads, posterior chain, glutes, okay? Now, if I get set in position here, I wanna do a single leg squat, I'm gonna get set, okay? You can have that front foot a little bit further forward if your glutes are weak, but we wanna get set in this position. Let's say we do a set of 3, nice and controlled, up fast, okay? Boom, boom, okay? Switch sides. Boom, boom, boom. One of the best parts behind the single leg roller and the single leg pad is the density of the foam and how much it can handle. It protects your knee. Now, we get into this position. I'm gonna move this so we have a little bit better angle. Plus, I wanna demonstrate that GS contrast with about 30 seconds to 50 seconds. Plus, I wanna give myself about a 30 to 60-second rest so I can really show you that true GS method. Now, just hit those single leg squats. Let's say we're doing 5 sets, 2 to 4 reps. We build up heavy over those couple of different sets. The next movement, I'm gonna have my front foot here, okay? We got our mobility Powerlastic, all right? I'm gonna get this set, front foot has it banded. I'm here, and I wanna focus on that reflexive position. I'm gonna drive up and drop at the same time. So I'm here, boom, boom, boom. One more, boom. And so that trains me to compress and light up that explosiveness vertically, okay? We're gonna switch sides. It's gonna help you be more coordinated, more athletic. One argument I'm gonna make is sometimes hockey players, they're phenomenal athletes, okay? You're on the ice, you're doing a very skilled thing. But there's times in the gym that I see hockey players and they could be improving their overall coordination, just to throw that out there, because it's gonna lead to better performance on the ice. Here, boom, 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 boom. And now if I'm down in this position, I should have more power to get out of that position, which is gonna help with my speed on the ice. So do single leg squats with the GS contrast method leading into those drop banded single leg squats. Those are the next 2 exercises after those power cleans. Okay, so the next pairing, okay, we started with those power cleans. Please do power cleans if you want to be more explosive and if you want to be faster on the ice. Okay, then we got into those heavy single leg squats. Let's say you push that a little bit. Work up to 100 kilos, 110 kilos for some good reps. Okay, and then you pair that with that reflexive movement. And then that's gonna take us into the next exercise. This is another movement that I think is really beneficial for people who are on the ice. And ironically, it's called a skater squat. Okay, so we wanna target the quads. We wanna get a little bit of that forward lean here. See, I'm leaning here and I come back up. Now, one thing that you can do is that you can actually come through and get into a hip lock position. Here, notice my back foot is not going down. I'm not doing this. We wanna focus on hamstring action, which is going to be flexing the knee while we have a little bit of a forward lean. That's gonna target our quad and our glutes. Boom, up, okay? Let's do this side, just so I have that good balance and stability. Boom, come up. Oh gosh, my right leg. Don't screw up like I just did. One more, up. Now, one complaint that I have about skater squats, they're hard to really load. So if I wanna do, let's say 5 sets of 5, I do like to use a little bit of weight. One thing you can do is use dumbbells or use a plate. So we can go here, like this, up. Up, okay? One more, come through. Now, I wanna pair this with what we call the Jan jump. And this is where we focus on what type of stroke will we have on the ice. How can we train our muscles to get stronger, but then improve our body's rate coding ability, which means recruit at very high speeds. If we can recruit at very high speeds, we're gonna be faster on the ice. So that's where this comes into play. Start here, and we can even take a little bit of a step in or start from a static. Boom, 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 okay? It's gonna be absolutely phenomenal. And I would do 1 through starting on my left leg, 1 through starting on my right leg. So here I would go like this, boom, 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 boom. I have an extra jump in this series. And what we can do is try to focus on going through this 3, 4, 5 times, okay? By the end, you should be touch and go on these jumps. Boom, 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 boom. That's gonna help improve your speed, but we've got to target the specific muscles that lead to the better stroke out on the ice. Quads, glutes, a little bit of hamstrings. Make sure we're focusing on that trunk. Use all 5 of these movements. If you guys need help with your programming, a lot of hockey players don't have a periodized program. Head over to peakstrength.app, the Google Play Store, the Apple iOS Store, and you can download Peak Strength for 7 free days of training. And during that time, you can cancel at any time. The worst thing that's gonna happen, you're gonna get 5 free workouts. But freaks, at some point, you have to start your journey to attain that peak strength. Because remember, if you wanna become a champion, you've always gotta cultivate your power. Peace.